Hello, my name is Allison Carter Marlowe. Welcome to the ABCD segment on BNN. Today we'll be discussing ABCD's Fuel Assistance Program, and I'm here with Al Woods, who's going to tell us a whole lot about the program in the next few minutes. Welcome, Al.
Oh, thanks, Allison. Pleasure to be here.
Nice to have you.
Yeah.
Al is the ABCD Client Service Specialist, and thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Al, would you mind telling us a little bit about your role at the ABCD Fuel Assistance Program, please?
Well, my role is I end up being sort of a middleman between clients and the vendors. Like a lot of the stuff I do is I troubleshoot certain situations, and a lot of times I end up calling out the oil companies when people are eligible, or contacting the utilities, National Grid for gas, and N-Star Gas and N-Star Electric for the electric. And I basically try to, a lot of what I do is I convey information to the utilities and the vendors in order to help the clients.
Okay.
Particularly like with the utilities, the important thing is to let them know the numbers, particularly if people are shut off or facing shut off with gas or electric. So.
Okay, now Al, maybe we need to take a step back or so for our viewers. When people come to ABCD, and you're located at 178 Tremont Street, fourth floor, they are applying for assistance with heating of their homes, apartments.
Exactly. Basically, our concern is helping people with their primary heat source, depending upon what it is. Like a lot of times people hear stuff about oil and stuff like that, and they think, oh, I've had people call me, we only do oil. No, we don't. We do oil, we do whatever the primary heat source is, gas heat, electric heat, absolutely.
Okay, and what do people need to do in order to apply, Al?
Well, we have this really nifty little flyer called What I Bring When I Apply, and what I try to impress upon people is the important thing is to bring all the different documents, and to, a lot of times people call up and say, well, can we do it on the web? Can we do it? Not yet anyway, or could you mail me an application? And for first-time applicants, the important thing, you have to come to our site with the documents, and then they're interviewed by one of our intake workers, whether it be at our central site at 178 Tremont or at our many neighborhood sites around the city of Boston.
This program, I believe it kicked off November 1st officially of
Yes,
2012.
It did. Absolutely.
When does it end?
April 30th is usually our last day. In some years they have extended it, but generally it's April 30th.
April 30th.
Yeah.
And once people come to either 178 or the fourth floor, and I know that there are sites that can do applications throughout ABCD's neighborhood network, but once they apply, what can they expect in terms of the time from when they come into your doors to when they may get this assistance?
Well, it's usually, if there's no sense of urgency, it's usually 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks,
You know,
okay.
from the point of completion of the application. Like sometimes people come in and not complete it, and then we need additional documents. We try to encourage people to get the documents in as soon as they can, because the sooner they get in, the sooner they can get in the queue to get looked at.
Roughly how many people are applying to ABCD?
Well, I believe the numbers we do serve over the, my number is 20,000 people.
20,000 people.
That's what, but we also serve Brookline and Newton as well. So we do a service area for Boston, Brookline, and Newton. So.
Now, do Brookline and Newton clients have to come into Boston to apply for this program?
We do have do have a site in Brookline, and Newton City Hall also does them at Newton as well. As a matter of fact, we've had some great people over the years. There's an on-site social worker at Newton City Hall, and they do applications as well. So,
wonderful.
But a lot of times people feel more comfortable coming down to our office at Central and getting things moving.
Okay.
So yeah.
Now you said new applicants, but there's also what I believe is called recertification.
Exactly. Well,
could you describe that
absolutely,
process
and this is a good opportunity for me. Is that for people who were on the program last year, either eligible or maybe they didn't complete them or whatever, we sent applications out in late August of 2012 with the idea that it's sort of like once you're in the system 1 year and you have a recert application with the same number, you can reapply the following year and you can do everything by mail. So the idea is the first time you're applying, you have to come in and give us the stuff. But what happens is once you're in the system with these recert applications we got out in August, you just have to attach updated income documents, usually for anyone in the household over 18. And as long as everything is still the same, then they're good to go.
So if I understand you correctly, you only have to come in person one time.
Initially,
Initially, and if there aren't significant changes, you don't move to another apartment or home.
Well, even if you move, we still handle that.
Even if you move, you can still recertify.
Yeah, as long as you don't move out of our service area, then as long as you don't move out of our service area, then as long as you don't move out of our service area, then we still handle that. Even if you move, we still handle that. Yeah, as long as you don't move out of our service area, then as long as you don't move out of our service area, then we still handle that. Yeah, as long as you don't move out of our service area, then as long as you don't move out of our service area, then we still handle that. Yeah, as long as you don't move out of our service area, then as long as you don't move out of our service area, then as long as you don't move out of our service area, then we still handle that. Yeah, as long as you don't move out of our service area, then as long as you don't move out of our service area, then we still handle that. Yeah, as long as you don't move out of our service area, then as long as you don't move out of our service area, then we still handle that. Yeah, as long as you don't move out of our service area, then as long as you don't move out of our service area, then we still handle that. Yeah, as long as you don't move out of our service area, then as long as you don't move out of our service area, then we still handle that. Yeah, as long as you don't move out of our across the state, I guess.
CAPS being Community Action
Yes,
Programs.
thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah.
A little while ago that ABCD is a part of what's called the Community Action Program Network.
Yes, exactly.
And so this program we're talking about now is not just a Boston, Brookline, Newton program. This is statewide?
Exactly. Like what happens is that if you live in Quincy, there's Quincy Community Action, there's Malden, it's TRICAP, but the whole thing is this is a statewide program. So a lot of times we'll get people who call up and say, I live in Everett, or I live in Malden, or I live in Quincy, where can I apply? And we can tell them. A lot of times we get calls because we have a list of providers, and the state has a 1-800 number that I don't have in front of me, unfortunately. But it's a statewide program. So a lot of times we'll have clients who apply in Boston, but they may have friends and relatives in Springfield or Worcester or whatever. So we try to encourage people to apply because it's a great program.
Okay, now we've gone over the fact that you can apply, you can recertify, you can apply for this program even if you've had a shutoff notice. Yeah. Who tends to qualify for these benefits? What kinds of folks are benefiting from the fuel assistance program?
We have elderly. We help a lot. Okay. People on fixed incomes, particularly like Social Security, SSI, TAFDC. But we also encourage like working people to apply because our levels, depending upon the household size, the levels, a ceiling for a household of 1 is different for a ceiling from a household of 5 or 6. And so as a result, I always encourage, if you think you're going to be close, apply, and please complete your application, because that's the thing. Okay. That's the thing. If we ask you for documents, do the best you can to provide them as soon as you can, so that way we can help you out, because we can work with a completed application.
Okay, now Al, there's a moratorium, or there's something that protects people. Yeah. Could you go into a little bit of detail about
for
that?
gas, heat, and electric heat people, there's a moratorium that generally runs from November 15th to March 15th.
And what does that mean?
Well, they don't. If you're on fuel assistance and you're eligible, they won't shut you off during that time. And a lot of times the utilities don't like to shut people off who are coded for heat with heat bills during that time because it's not good. And sometimes they extend that March 15th deadline to April 15th. So, for example, there are people who call whose applications haven't been verified yet because maybe they were late in getting stuff in. And they say, oh, I'm concerned, I'm afraid. And we say, well, no, you'll be okay because you're on the moratorium and we'll get to you as soon as we can. And if they do have a shut-off notice, we try to respond.
I see. So the moratorium protects electric and gas clients.
Heat.
Unfortunately, it does not help people with oil.
Unfortunately, it does not.
But there are some protections in the deepest part of winter for folks.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, they'll still be accruing, their bill will still be going up. They'll still be incurring costs.
Exactly.
But they're protected in terms of keeping the gas and the electric on.
Yeah, exactly, as long as they're coded for heat.
Al, again, the phone number at 178 Tremont, and maybe just the address.
Yeah, the phone number, it's always important to have notes here. It's 617-357-6012. That's our main number. You call us for any information that you want about the program, about applying for fuel assistance. And I always said, if you're not sure, give it a shot. Okay. If you're not sure, if you're close, if you think, or if you're struggling to pay your bills, give it a shot, because we'd love to help people out, love to get them in there and try to maximize the resources we can give them, and plus, and help them out.
Help however you can.
Yeah.
And also people can go on our website, I believe,
www.bostonabcd.org.
And that can give you a listing of the sites throughout the city where they can go and apply.
Yeah.
Okay. Al, I want to thank you so much. You've been a wonderful guest.
Yeah,
and you've given us a lot of wonderful information about this program that will help people when it's 8 degrees and 3 degrees wind chill out there.
That's really bad.
To find out more information about ABCD and its fuel assistance program, please go to the website, which we've listed before, www.bostonabcd.org, or you can call the number that Al has referenced, 617-357-6012. Thank you for tuning in to the ABCD segment on BNN. My name is Allison Carter Marlowe, and it's a pleasure to have been with you.